Well, hi, friends at Central Chapel. We're privileged to be part of your mission fair for 2023. My colleague Justin Talbot and I were not able to attend because we had prior commitments down in the Baltimore area for this weekend. My name is John Berghauser. Most of you know me. Been serving with Stauros Ministries for over 20 years now in a full-time capacity and been involved with them for almost 25 years. We do have our friend Rock Stemple. He will be representing us this year in person, and he's going to give a report as well on some things that we've been doing for the past year. Rock and his wife Margie, they have been friends of ours personally and friends of Stauros Ministries for many years. Rock was actually a board of directors member a few years back, but he stepped aside when he and his wife moved away. But then they moved back up to the Martinsburg, West Virginia area, and he agreed to come and join us again back in October of 2022. So Rock has now rejoined us as a board member. He is the vice president of Stauros Ministries, and we're privileged to have him. Margie came on board as well as of October 2022. We just wanted to give you a few points of update from the past year. Just like with your church, I'm sure, and businesses and all around the country, we were working our way out of the pandemic. And so our amount of people that we are seeing increased over the year. But one of the things that actually was a good thing that came out of the pandemic was that it heightened our ability to use video calling and video chats through Zoom and through FaceTime and even WhatsApp. And that enabled us to see some people more than we might have. But some of the individuals that we meet with, because of what they're going through with their addiction recovery and even the current state of their lives, they really don't feel comfortable often having someone visit with them. And so being able to have a video chat really has opened up more doorways than we previously had. So it's one of those things where something good has come out of something that was not good. And so we continue to do that today, even with the ability. I do meet with men and women in West Virginia, and now I'm able to do that without driving up there regularly.
John just mentioned how video communications have become an invaluable tool in regards to meeting with individuals that would otherwise be inaccessible to us. By the way, the camera John and I are filming this with was gifted to us by our friends at Central Chapel. So from John and I, thank you for your part in allowing us to reach into the lives of others. God bless.
We are praying for a few folks that would meet with men and women personally up in the West Virginia area. So Rock certainly is able to do that and would do that, but we are praying for that. So you could do that for us to pray for some men and women in the greater Martinsburg, Hedgesville area that would be able to meet with some men and women. Throughout the year, we had opportunity to visit our partner churches again as they were reopening post-pandemic. We had a concert in March of 2022 at Westview Baptist Church, which is one of our partner churches. We had hoped to come this year to Central Chapel in March, but one of our band members suffered a heart attack, and doctors advised him not to travel too far from home for a while. So we had to cancel/postpone that. But I have talked to Pastor Keith. This year we are rescheduling to visit our partner churches for a Sunday morning to give a bit of a update, share some testimonies and various things that can give a little more of an idea of some of what we're doing. We just this past Sunday, we had our first at one of our partner churches in Baltimore County, Long Green Baptist Church, and we were privileged to have one of our volunteer workers who came on board in October, Nikki German.
The abundant life, it's serving God's people in a labor of love, getting involved with what God's doing. God, I don't know what you're doing or how you're going to do it, but I trust you. I believe you. Show me where to go and what to do and how to do it, God.
And then Justin Talbot and I shared with that church a bit about what's been going on. We have scheduled a few more partner churches for the first part of this year and hope to schedule to come to Central Chapel later in the summer or maybe the early fall. So we do look forward to seeing you in that capacity, hopefully later this year. We do want to thank you for your continued support over these many years. Again, I've mentioned in some of our videos to you in some of our newsletters that Central Chapel has been a supporting partner of Stauros Ministries for even before I was involved many, many years ago. And so we do appreciate your prayers and your financial support. It's enabled us to meet with men and women continually. And we don't have solid statistics. We don't compile them ourselves. But as we research and study and look at statistics that have been compiled, it's not a surprise that post-pandemic, there are people who are struggling maybe more so than they might have beforehand, or even struggling in ways that they hadn't before. And so this was the first year in my 20 years of full-time service where I didn't slow down around Christmas time. It's an interesting time of year in that the men and women with whom I would meet, they either from around just before Thanksgiving until the first part of January, they either are out binging because they're sorrowful and they would disappear sort of for about a month or two, or because they have reconciled with their families, those who have gotten straightened out onto the right pathway, they would be back with their families and enjoying the holidays together with them. This year, I really didn't see any kind of break in the action, so to speak, at all, which is a good thing, I guess, because it let me know that individuals were willing to continue seeking the help that they needed during that time. So it was a busy time, and we appreciate, again, your support and prayer for us as we meet with men and women who are hurting. We just want to, again, thank you for your continued support, and we want to remind you that we are available. We have literature that will be available at the Mission Fair, and we have literature that is at Central Chapel on a weekly basis with our contact information on there. We would ask you to just go to our website, staurosministries.com, grab a piece of literature. You can find phone numbers through the website. You can find contact information, and feel free to pass our name and number and information on to anybody who may be looking for some help or might need some help. We do primarily work with men and women that are dealing with a drug addiction, substance abuse addiction. But as we have found, there are so many things that dominate people's lives that they can use help with. And so I found over the years that probably 30% or so of the ministry work that I embark in is with individuals that just have other issues that are going on that they are looking for some help in. And also, I don't keep an exact count, but probably 40% of my time is spent with family members of the addicted, whether it be parents or spouses or even children, because they too need some help and guidance and are looking for things that can be helpful for them. So we do try to reach out in that way too. So keep that in mind as you think of us and pray for us and help support us and pass our numbers out to others. Thank you.